What do you think happens when you bring a weapon into a public space, that particularly of a gym? What do you think would happen if you brought in, say, a blade, brandishing it in public, into a gym? Well, that's exactly what happened with Kirpan Kashle. I'm not Sikh, sorry. I can barely speak English, let alone. Now, Kirpan, I don't know, is a Sikh. Now, under Canadian law, and under law in many countries, including the UK here, Sikhs are permitted to carry a Kirpan, a religious blade, essentially. Now, to be fair to Sikhs, many Sikhs carry this. They have a history of being fantastic warriors, played a massive part in World War I and World War II, stopped many invasions in the prehistoric world. A fantastic group of warriors, and rightly so, they are allowed for religious purposes to carry this Kirpan on them. However, the other day in Canada, there was a bit of a conflict. So the influencer Kirpan, again, can't say the fucking name. He makes a lot of content on TikTok and he always has the blade on him. Now, the thing is, the content on YouTube, right, is very openly him doing the bicep curls, right, with a weapon, a blade. Now, you're in Canada, right? You're in the Western world, right? People get a wee bit antsy when they see things like that in public spaces, especially massive weapons like blades. So, a staff member had approached him, as per the video, and had asked him to remove it as a patron brought him to their attention. Now, that created a bit of a back and forth that he recorded himself. Here's the video.
You're kicking me out of the gym right now because you are scared that I'm going to take my religious symbol. You're scared that I'm going to take this religious symbol and kill somebody.
What I'm saying is you have a weapon on your person. A member has brought it to my attention, and for the safety of me and everybody else in the gym, I'm asking you to leave.
But, well, I don't understand though. I don't understand.
We're a private gym. We're allowed to deny access, and you're not allowed to.
But you allowed me in the you allowed me in the gym with the sun. Oh, you didn't see it. So you didn't see it.
No.
What were you doing then? What do you do? What do they pay you for?
I'm not responding.
They don't pay you. They don't pay you to look around. They don't pay you to be aware. You just let any random person in the gym then? You didn't see me walking with this? I'm not harassing you. I'm standing right here. I'm not harassing anybody. This is insane. Getting kicked out of the gym because these guys are apparently saying that this Kirpan is dangerous. Good life in Windsor. Good life in Windsor. It's crazy.
Now, many people think this is outrageous. I, for one, don't think it's outrageous at all. Well, you can't expect the staff member to understand that law. You can't expect them to understand that Sikhs are permitted to carry Kirpans. Again, this is not something you see in regular life. 2, it's a blade. I don't care what your religious exemption is. It's a fucking blade. It looks a bit outlandish in public. If I'm going to see anyone brandishing a blade in public, everyone's going to start to get in a wee bit of weird territory. And it's a gym. Do you really need to carry it in a gym? Now, I understand some Sikhs go to bed with these things, but for me, this kind of smells like a lot of content purposing. Now, he then recently made another video on TikTok, here's the video, and cried, of course, wait for it, racism.
July the 15th, I went to the Good Life in Windsor, Google location. I purchased the day pass. This girl working at the front fully saw the way I looked, gave me access. I paid for the day pass. As I was working out, she came up to me saying, you have to leave the gym now because you were wearing a knife. What were you doing at the beginning? Did you not see this knife that I was wearing? Then I tried to explain to her under the Human Rights Code, I am legally allowed to carry this. She refused. She went on to say, why can't I carry a gun? I said, guns are illegal. I am legal to wear this. Then she said, if you don't leave, I'm going to call the police. So I said, call the police. I waited there. The police didn't show up. So I just left. So again, I was racially profiled here, guys. And it's very, very sad. Good Life, out of all places. I would never expect that, man. I was actually heartbroken. Look at my face in that video. I couldn't believe what was happening.
The statement of him saying about her, well, this is racial profiling. But at the same time, she said, oh, well, you should let me through then, came over to me. Well, then it's clearly not racial profiling, is it? Because if it was racial profiling, she would have just said, no, you're not coming in. No Sikhs here. Have you not read the poster? The fact that she came over to him strengthened her position to say that someone brought it to her attention, they were stressed, they were worried, and she had to come forth to him. Now, the gym, as most gyms do and they crumble, they apologised. Now, however, it wasn't all bad. There was some rumour circulating that the member of staff, the girl, was sacked. She wasn't fired. The gym just said they were going to use this as educational purposes. Here's my opinion on the Kirpan thing, especially in public settings. One, I think this guy is just a content creator. He's trying to show this weapon and try to like browbeat it to go, look at me, I'm going to do bicep curls and I've got a blade. It's a kind of a content desperate thing, in my opinion. Sure, there's a religious aspect of the Sikhs, but for this smells very contenty to me. I'm sorry, you're in the Western world. If I went to another country and I started to do my own cultures here, for example, if I walked into the middle of a Middle Eastern country with a, I don't know, a sawn-off shotgun or a massive rifle, like an American style one, I'm gonna get some funny looks. Now, we could say anything for religious purposes. For example, I could create my own religion of Orcism, and us Orcs, we like to carry two-handed axes around with us. So when I go into my gym, I always have my two-handed axe around my back. That's a religious exemption I have, and I expect everyone to accept those rules. Imagine seeing someone carrying into the gym with a two-handed fucking axe. Are you gonna look at them and go, religion? When you're in a Western world, I don't care about the law. You need to appreciate that our cultures are a bit iffy when it comes to people with blades, especially when you go into the news and you see, another maybe migrant or immigrant from a third world country has beheaded someone or stabbed them to death. Blades are a kind of touchy subject in these countries, and again, brandish it in public, kind of trying to impress people, but also you're looking for that attention, because if you looked at his TikTok profile, he wasn't that popular from his previous videos, and then all of a sudden this controversy happens, spike, 21 million views, massive hits, it was on CNN News, everyone's been talking about it. Again, I think this was a kind of teasing for this kind of to happen for a while, for something to be said, for him to latch on and go, got ya, content. Now, I know he's been wearing it in the house, I know the content, but I don't know, I don't like this shit. It smells funny to me. Anyway, you're in our host countries. Respect the people, respect the culture as well. I just don't like the way we always have to bow down and bend over for other people's cultures. We have our own cultures here too, okay? Now, you're lucky that you have it by law, because in a lot of other countries, you don't get jack shit by law. You have to abide by their rules. In the West, we allow quite a lot through. Anyway, for my next religious exemption and culture, I'm going to brandish a submachine gun into my next gym. I'll see you in the next video.